This is to stay strong and safe from a narcissist's vindictiveness. Hey there, lovely viewers. Welcome back to our YouTube channel where we delve deep into the world of narcissism, narcissistic relationships, and navigating the stormy waters they often bring. Today, we're tackling a topic that many of you have asked about: vindictiveness. Vindictiveness is a common trait among narcissistic individuals, and knowing how to protect yourself from their retaliatory actions is crucial. So, if you've ever wondered how to shield yourself from a narcissist's vindictiveness, you're in the right place. But before we jump into it, if you're new here, a warm welcome to you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our insightful discussions. Now let's dive into the strategies for safeguarding yourself from the vindictive nature of narcissists. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Alright, let's dive into this. Vindictiveness is a real issue in narcissistic relationships. I'm not talking about the passive-aggressive stuff. I mean full-on active aggression. We're talking about when they roll up their sleeves and start messing with your life. That's vindictiveness for you. And let me tell you, it's not a one-size-fits-all deal. At the lower end of the scale, it might just be some nasty rumors spread about you or some shady social media posts. But as we climb up that scale, things get intense. We're talking about serious stuff like doxing, legal trouble, getting you fired, or even putting you in physical danger. Now, of course, there's a big difference between a mean whisper and outright threats. But here's the kicker. In every narcissistic relationship I've seen, there's been some level of vindictiveness, especially when you decide to stand up to them or call it quits. Understanding the why behind their vindictiveness can sometimes shed light on things, but dwelling on it too much isn't productive. Here's the deal. Narcissistic folks crave power, domination, and most importantly, winning. So when you do something that threatens their ego, like trying to end the relationship or firing them, it's like a punch to their pride. That's when the vindictiveness kicks in because, in their minds, an ego injury equals a loss of power and a surge of shame. They're hell-bent on regaining that power, and vengeance is their go-to move. And let me tell you, it can range from petty schemes to downright terrifying retaliation. But for them, it's all about restoring their sense of control. Now here's the thing, we can predict that they'll be vindictive. It's like clockwork, especially in cases of post-separation abuse. This is when they're out for revenge after a breakup or divorce. It's their way of saying, "You dared to challenge me. Well, now you'll pay." That's the ugly truth behind post-separation abuse. Alright, let's talk about safeguarding yourself. First things first, you've got to anticipate it. The more you're ready for something, the better you can handle it when it hits you out of the blue. Now, preparing for vindictiveness is tricky, but it might involve getting your legal ducks in a row, gathering all the paperwork you might need. Sometimes it means giving heads up to your circle. You might tell your pals, "Hey, I'm gearing up to end things with so-and-so." Give it a week, and they might come to you with all sorts of nasty tales about me. Just a heads up. You could even give your boss a heads up about what's brewing, just in case. If things feel unsafe, don't hesitate to bring in security measures. And let me tell you, in the worst-case scenarios where vindictiveness turns downright dangerous, there are usually warning signs. You could feel it in the air, that tension building up. It's easy to think, they'd never go that far. But with narcissistic folks, you can't rule anything out. So, always stay vigilant. That means having safety strategies in place. For instance, if you're ending things with someone who's shown signs of getting hostile, when they feel abandoned, make sure you've got someone with you when you break the news. Bottom line, expect it, prepare for it, and take whatever steps you need to keep yourself safe. Alright, let's address the skeptics first. You know, those folks who brush off your concerns with a casual, "Oh, it won't be that bad." Take note of their dismissal tactics, but don't let it sway you from being ready. Sure, maybe the narcissist never pulls the trigger and doesn't go spreading rumors or causing trouble. But why take that gamble? You want to be able to say, "I told you so if things do go south." Speaking from experience, some of the worst vindictiveness I've faced caught me totally off guard. I was left reeling, dealing with full-blown panic attacks. Looking back, I should have seen it coming, especially given the person's track record. If I had been more prepared, I would have handled things differently. No doubt about it. Now into step 3. Sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and call a lawyer. I get it, it's a pain, especially if you're strapped for cash. If money's tight, you might need to reach out to local legal aid or domestic violence organizations for assistance. But if you can afford it, find a lawyer you trust and loop them in. Often, legal experts will tell you that dealing with narcissistic behavior can be tricky because it often doesn't cross into outright illegality. But a legal consultation can help you understand your rights and options, especially if things start to take a more serious turn. All right, moving on to step 4. Let's talk about smear campaigns. These are like the ultimate 2-for-1 deal in terms of pain. First off, you've got the direct hit of vindictiveness coming at you. But then, to add insult to injury, they rope in people you once considered friends, allies, and supporters to join in on the attack. So now, you're not just dealing with the betrayal of the narcissist, but also the betrayal of those you trusted. Smear campaigns are a classic move in the narcissist's playbook, and they can really shake you up. Smear campaigns tend to hit harder when the narcissist has a big social circle to manipulate. But regardless, it's crucial to be prepared for this possibility. However, one silver lining in all this mess is that it helps you figure out who your true allies are. The ones who don't fall for the smear campaign, who stick by you through thick and thin, those are your ride-or-die crew. As for the ones who buy into the lies and turn their backs on you, well, maybe it's time to reassess those relationships. And if they try to play dumb later on, claiming they didn't know any better, well, maybe it's a sign you need smarter friends in your corner. Smear campaigns can be devastating while they're happening, no doubt about it. But they also teach you some hard truths about the people around you. And lastly, let's not forget that many folks around you might downplay the whole vindictiveness thing. Oh, it won't be that bad, they say. They're just hurting. But here's the kicker. While they're brushing it off, you might be feeling the weight of it all in your body and mind. You could be having serious physical reactions, replaying scenarios in your head, questioning if it was worth standing up for yourself. It's a real psychological ordeal you're going through, especially if you've been through long-term narcissistic abuse before or have a history of trauma. All that stress can really take a toll on you. Now, the most extreme forms of vindictiveness usually rear their ugly head in the most toxic narcissistic relationships. Think malignant narcissists, those on the severe end of the spectrum, in long-term situations where breaking free has serious consequences, even public fallout. But here's the kicker. I once experienced one of the nastiest bouts of narcissistic vindictiveness from someone I barely knew. This person was almost psychopathic in their actions. So it's not always about the depth of the relationship. Sometimes it's just about the severity of the individual's behavior. I want to emphasize the importance of recognizing the complexity of narcissistic vindictiveness. This video aims to shed light on this aspect, helping to dispel any gaslighting you may have experienced. It's crucial to acknowledge the fear and anxiety this behavior can induce, especially when others minimize or invalidate your experiences. Navigating narcissistic vindictiveness can be incredibly challenging and may affect decision-making. If you find yourself in this situation, seeking support, whether through therapy, legal counsel, or advocacy, can be instrumental in ensuring your safety and well-being. If you found this content valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others who may benefit. Also, check out the link in the description for a free book and information on one-on-one consultations. Your support allows us to continue providing valuable insights and support to our community. Thank you.